What's up, y'all? We've got some new-ish music to talk about today. No Manny this week. He's feeling a little bit under the weather. Hopefully he's feeling better soon. And I did miss last week's upload, but don't worry because we'll be discussing the past 2 weeks worth of music. And it's actually kind of a good thing because the last 2 weeks have been kind of slower on the release end ever since J. Cole released his off-season. Since Manny couldn't make it today, I decided to postpone this week's live stream as well. But still, make sure to catch us live every Monday on IG at still.caleo going forward into the future. Come chat, come chill, come find some new music that hopefully you'll love as well. And if you miss a live stream, or if I need to cancel one and you still want to be updated on great new music, then definitely check out the link down below for the Spotify and Apple Music playlists. Those are updated every Sunday night, Monday at the latest. And in there you'll find all the songs that we went over in the live stream. Also, if you want to find out what my absolute favorite songs were of the week, then head over to the TikTok at @stillcaleo and find out there. It'll also be linked down below. Last thing before we jump into the new music, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Also, more importantly, comment down below what you've been listening to lately. I'm always on the hunt for new music, new great music, so you can help me out by commenting down below and I'll definitely check them out. I'll be sure to listen to all of your recommendations. Thank you. And I think we have to start off with Sour, Olivia Rodrigo's debut album. It came out about a week and a half ago actually, and the first thing I'll say right off the start is I do like it. I like Olivia Rodrigo. I think she's really talented. I think she knows how to write her songs. She knows how to make pop music really well. And I'm really excited for her career. Excited for what her future brings. This, in my opinion, is a positive comparison. But the first thing I would compare it to is how when I was in high school, the ages right above me, right below me, while we were going through high school, that generation of students had its own coming-of-age pop album that everyone had heard. Maybe not everyone liked it. I think a lot of people did. I liked it. And the album that I have in mind is American Teen by Khalid. It's another album that will relate really well with adolescent teens, people going through their high school, going through the junior high. It's all about relationship, her getting over her relationship. While American Teen had a few other plot points, I would say, but still dealt with growing up in high school pretty much. So all I'm trying to say is that this Sour album is kind of the equivalent of American Teen was for when I was in high school, for the kids who are in high school today. And I think that's important to have. I definitely appreciated having American Teen. I thought it was really enjoyable for the most part, and I think a lot of kids today will find Sour just as enjoyable, if not more. The first little critique I'll throw out there I have with this, I do think that the best songs on the album were released prior as singles. I don't know if I'd call it a problem to do that, but I think I was looking for a bit more, and there was more diversity through the rest of the album compared to the 3 singles that were leading up to it, obviously. Like the song Brutal, I think that was a great way to open the album. But still, Deja Vu and Good For You are probably the 2 biggest highlights I have for the album. And now it's time to get into her influences. I've done some research onto her musical taste and what has inspired her for a few of the songs, her style of music. And right away found out that she's a Swiftie. She's a Taylor Swift fan, and that's cool. Taylor Swift has some good music, I think. I'm not a massive Taylor Swift fan, but apparently Olivia Rodrigo is. And it's very noticeable. It's very noticeable. On a few songs, a few hooks here and there, just some deliveries are very similar to what you would hear from Taylor Swift. Pre-2017 Taylor Swift. Or right around 2017 Taylor Swift. And one thing I definitely had to do a bit of research on, because I noticed it right away, was her song One Step Forward, Three Steps Back, and how I immediately heard the sample use of New Year's Day by Taylor Swift, the closing song on her 2017 album. And it's the same song. Like, once doing the research and learning that she's credited Taylor Swift with writing that song, turns out Taylor Swift didn't actually write the song, but it's kind of Olivia's homage to the song, because New Year's Day is actually my favorite song on that album, for sure. I guess it was Olivia's as well, which is cool. And I don't have a problem with how she wanted to pay homage to a really good song that she loved. What I do have a problem with is someone who doesn't know about New Year's Day will hear that song, because it is a good song, and it's really well done. They might hear that song and maybe they didn't hear New Year's Day by Taylor Swift, and would have to look into the song credits to find out Taylor Swift is a part of that creation process, maybe not directly but indirectly, and they would have to do research and understand the context to why she made the song the way it is. The audience doesn't know where the credit is deserved immediately, and that's my only issue with it. Like, I'm sure Taylor Swift obviously had to have signed off on it, and she is happy with it, so I don't really mind, honestly, in that part. I just think that not every consumer is going to know about the history of the song. But now we get into uncredited parts of the album that are heavily influenced by another artist of Post Malone. I'm sorry. I'm just going through the two songs that are very noticeably Post Malone influenced, if we want to be gentle and use the word influenced. The two songs are called Happier and Favorite Crime. And wow, I need to listen to Happier again. I would recommend anyone who's interested in finding out to listen to Leave by Post Malone off of his debut album Stoney, and then listen to Happier by Olivia Rodrigo. The influence isn't as noticeable as the next one that I'm going to mention, but there is a reuse of melody in Olivia's pre-chorus that is a part of Post Malone's Leave, and I think Leave is a very unique song. I haven't heard the same melodies and flows from that song reused anywhere else or beforehand, but if you do know anywhere else it's been used, then definitely let me know, because it's the first I've noticed it. It felt blatant to me just because I'm so familiar with the song, but definitely check out Leave by Post Malone, then listen to Happier by Olivia Rodrigo, and let me know if you hear the similarities. If you're not convinced on that one, then just listen to Feeling Whitney by Post Malone, and then go listen to Favorite Crime by Olivia Rodrigo, because it's as much of a replica of Feeling Whitney as One Step Forward, Three Steps Back is a replica of New Year's Day. From what I could find, Post Malone is not credited on this album or credited for writing the song or anything like that. So I'm a little bit bitter on that, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll let you decide how similar it sounds or if it doesn't at all. And I'm just talking crazy. That's about all the negative I have for the album. The rest of it's pretty good. The rest of it is honestly enjoyable. It's all super catchy, and I think it's a good breakup story. I think I know some people who could relapse had they been listening to this through high school and continue to listen to it today. Lots of relationships might get strung along over the next few years unnecessarily because of this. I think the next little release I wanted to speak about was Lil Nas X's Sun Goes Down, the single. Great song. Just wanted to let you all know. Great song. It's in the playlist if you check it out. I think it's the first one on there for a reason, honestly. Great song. Proud of Lil Nas X. He's super entertaining. Just understands the internet better than anyone. The way he speaks about how he was a Nicki Minaj stan account shows that that's where he learned how the internet works for him. And I think that was interesting, but it's also a real emotional moment when listening to the lyrics. There's all the memes of how great the tune is here and then how depressing the lyrics are here. But still, great tune. What's the word? There's substance in the lyrics. We're going to leave it there. And another album that came out recently was TV by Tai Verdes. If you don't know who that is, then you definitely know his TikTok song, Stuck in the Middle. But the album around it is pretty good as well. I did just find out that a lot of the songs I liked on it were singles released last year. These aren't brand new, great songs, but it's still a good album, I think. A little bit shallow, but they're all fun tunes, so definitely check it out. And the last record I'll talk about today is the DJ Ferris album. I'm pretty sure he's a Chicago producer, DJ Ferris, and he kind of had a compilation album with a lot of Chicago artists and friends, and I didn't really care for it. Anyways, that will be it for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you next week. Check out all the socials, linked down below. If you want to hear my music, that will also be linked down below. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what I need to be listening to. I'll let Manny know what he needs to be listening to. Check out the TikTok in the meantime. I'll be starting a series over on TikTok highlighting new artists that I'm finding and loving and want to share. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Peace, y'all. Have a good one.